What is up, gamers and anime lovers? I'm your host Caleb and you're watching Bot Boy the Dude. Goodness, my hair was definitely a problem in that last clip. I'm gonna keep it in anyway. So, this background footage of all SRs it's gonna tie in with this video. This spirit dive, it's gonna hurt. So the reason I have this playing in the background is because, like, think of this from a new player's perspective. You have Black Asta and you have Julius. These are like the most broken units in the game, and they released within the first month of the game being out. As a new player, your only hope is Marilena. That's all you have is Marilena. That's your only hope. And Spirit Dive, So I get that they need to release like good characters, but they should have spaced this out more, because this Spirit Dive is ridiculous. It's going to give an unfair advantage to whatever team gets it, and it's looking like it's going to be mono green. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. So, his skill 1 inflicts X% reduced mobility, because these are leaks. We don't know the actual like exact things. Inflicts X% reduced mobility debuff on an enemy. This is going to be single target. And if Spirit Dive is present on self, grants X% increased speed buff. So his skill 1 is going to reduce the mobility of an enemy and increase his own speed if like the Spirit Dive is present. So it's like the same thing as anti-magic, but instead of doing one or the other, it does both. So, cool. So far, it is looking like a Dollar Tree Julius. That's what we got so far, it's a Dollar Tree Julius. Skill 2, this is an AoE. I got all this off of Giku's video, by the way. He thinks he's like the most broken unit in the world. And I don't think he's that broken, but I think in context with the other teams, he is kind of busted. His skill 2, AoE, inflicts X% reduced mobility debuff on enemy. So this is an AoE reduced mobility, so again, Dollar Tree Julius. If Spirit Dive is present on self, inflicts silence on designated enemy. So you can silence an enemy. Kind of like Dollar Tree Julius. I mean, so far all we're doing is stopping people from attacking. This is just Julius's job. So far, this is just Julius. Except for his Greenmore passive. If Spirit Dive present is effect on self attacking, there's an X% chance to get more special points. More ults. Hooray. This is where it gets a little rough. His special skill inflicts total silence on enemy, so like red, grants self Spirit Dive for X amount of turns, probably be like 1 or 2, and then grants X% increased speed. So he's gonna get Spirit Dive, he's gonna get total silence, and he's gonna get more speed. So cool. So far, this doesn't seem too busted. Passives. At the start of a turn, grant self Blessing of Wind Spirit. So this is every turn. What is Blessing of Wind Spirit? Basically, it means every turn he's going to be doing increased damage, like a certain amount of damage. How much, we don't know. But, yeah. Certain amount of damage. Julius. This is a Julius copy. I don't know how no one's mentioning this. This is just a Julius copy. Awakening passive. Upon gaining Spirit Dive, you get invulnerability. And if it's, LR plus 5, you also get SP at the start of your turn. So he's an ult spammer who, whenever he uses his ult, he gets invulnerability. See, this is the difference between him and Julius, is he does everything that Julius does, but he also inflicts total silence, and he makes it where he can't even be hit. You can have Black Asta and do 1 trillion damage. It doesn't matter if he cannot be hit. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. So, what does this mean? He's not going to be red. Let's just face it, he's not going to be red. Because Black Asta plus this would be ridiculous. I remember somewhere in here it says it removes barrier. Like AoE removes barrier. Oh, Greenmore skill. Inflicts barrier immunity on enemy for X amount of turns. Oh, also his partner skill removes immortality. Cool. Screw Fuego, I guess. But yeah, with barrier immunity on its skill 2, which is an AoE. So, Charlotte's kind of getting nerfed there. So, he's not going to be blue. If he is blue, that's so dumb, because he's just Julius, but better. He's not going to be red. At least, I don't think he'd be red. Because, you know, Asta being red, and Yuno, I would see how they'd want him to be on the same team, but that would just be kind of... They already have a red Yuno. It just doesn't work. Having two Yunos that for the same team is just, it doesn't feel right. However, Green doesn't have a Yuno except for the attacking Yuno we currently have. This is looking more like a debuffer. Green doesn't have a Yuno. Well, here's the thing. The partner skill, removing immortality, yeah, the Witch Queen mono red doesn't matter anymore. He just got rid of the immortality. So there's no point to Witch Queen. Witch Queen is useless. Her immortality is completely useless. You want to run Noel so he's extra tanky? No, barrier immunity. You can't use it. What can you do? There's nothing you can do. And if you think you're just going to one-tap him, no. He has all that bonus speed. He goes before your Black Asta. He uses Zolt. He's invulnerable. He cannot take damage. No matter how much damage you should have dealt, he will never take damage. He's a massive counter to mono red. So for him to be on mono red wouldn't make any sense. For him to be on mono blue wouldn't make any sense. And for him to be on mono green would actually, you know, make a decent amount of sense because he's countering mono red, mono green's biggest threat. So, what does this mean? Well, it means that mono green just got the biggest buff ever, and probably that they will ever get. For the meta, mono green is now on top. You know, my original team, it's now on top. Why is this going to kill the game? Think of how many players just spent months of crystals on Black Asta to find out a week later that a green character is coming out that's going to completely counter that whole team. No one has crystals. Me personally, I save crystals. I have about 200 pulls saved up. But no. Casual players are going to have the kind of savings to do this. This is going to kill the new player base. And that's why I've had this playing in the background this whole time, is think if you're a brand new free-to-play player, this is a good team for a brand new free-to-play player. You can't win. I'm in Gold League because of the thing reset. I was like, oh, this would be a cool video. I couldn't find a game. Everyone had Max Duke Julius, Max Duke Noel, or Max Duke Asta. Every single last person. I was raging. I was like, there's no way. There was like a few games. The only game I won was the game where it was like it was a troll defense team. There's a bunch of R's. PvP is too competitive for someone who is new right now. No new player is going to be able to come in and enjoy the game for the game. These people have good gear sets on. Like really good gear sets on. This Asta has, I think, like 30,000 defense, and this Yuno has like 30,000 magic attack. These are good sets, and I can't do anything. You just can't do anything. This is a terrible meta for a new player. It's gonna kill the game a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. The hype is gonna bring in new players, but them realizing they just wasted the crystal is gonna lose so many more players. Honestly, I think it'll balance out. I think the amount of players that'll leave because of it and the amount of new players they'll bring in will be about the same. But still, this was just terrible. This was really just bad timing. And it's not bad for JP. For JP, this is great. This is wonderful. But you have to think, we're catching up. We were 6 months behind JP, and now we're only like 2 months behind. So, and it's been a month. So they're going 4 times as fast on global as JP. So, I mean, that what? He releases in a month? Marileona releases, shoot, what day is it? It's 20th? Marileona releases in like a month, so he releases in 2 months? He releases in 2 months. Save your crystals. He releases in 2 months, that's it. Is that what we're doing because of global moving so fast? I have no idea. We don't know. There's some more characters I'll cover, but this is probably the biggest one that'll swing the meta, and I think it can be really bad for the game. This is just bad in general. Ooh, I'll have to make more videos about how we can combat this meta, because this is going to be really bad. This is terrible for new players. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to see if I can find a way to counter this Yuno just by thinking with game knowledge. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please subscribe, because this is going to be a rough time in Black Clover for a good while. Yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one. This isn't looking too good.